talked about this. So this is,
Planning Commission.
Planning Commission, reappointment of Simeon and Tim Witz with, adding Linda Parker Craig. Any questions? Dennis?
Just one. I've known Mr. Simeon for a lot of years, and he does a fine job. But could we separate on these between the reappointments that have been around for a while and the new people coming in?
You mean a whole separate entry?
Yeah, a separate resolution.
I think we've done that before when we were voting on it, right?
You could do like 10A, 10B, and whatever the number is, I don't want to.
And I do not know this person, I assume she's fine.
This one's
It
4.
has nothing to do with this, it's
Yeah.
just, I would prefer to see it that way.
Every time or just this time?
Every time, it would make it a lot easier to, it's hard to say no when you've got 2 people there and you know one of them does a great job, and so you say no and you're killing both of them. And,
Oh, so you want every name listed separate?
yeah, I don't mind so much if they're both reappointments, but when you've got
Oh, I
a
see,
new one
okay.
also with the reappointments, that makes it more difficult. So-
Okay.
I had a question if I may. Who is Linda Parker, right? Just, where's she from? Do we know?
Resident lives in Fox,
I don't
Fox
know.
Chase, the new subdivision.
Involved in nothing in the city so far?
Nothing in the city so far. She has some background in architecture and.
I was just curious
classes,
where
but
she
it
was
goes on
involved or if
including
she was with an organization. Sometimes they come from one thing, you go to
Yeah,
another.
where did
Well,
you send us
usually
a
we get
resume?
Background
It's
thing with
included
these
with,
people.
it's
anyways.
included with the agenda item.
I'm sorry, Dennis, I missed it, I was talking, I'm sorry.
Same thing.
So is I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Normally, we get a background on these people anyway.
He
so-
said it was included.
Okay.
I didn't see.
Okay, I'll check make sure when
She
it's
works
not.
for MJC.
She had spent some time with MJC on design, I think interior design on some of the units that they were selling. Probably was used it while they were doing Fox Chase, if I recall correctly.
And it's a company that we have the land swap with, right?
Correct. No affiliation. I found that out the same time she was brought to my attention, so.
So her only connection is the designing of the interiors.
With MJC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions on that one?
Just a reminder, based on, we went through all this with the appointment, the receiving files. I mean, I think some of them, in the past were brought to myself and the rest of the council as receiving files. In 2008, that changed. We went through all that with the planning to make sure that it was right, that was brought to our attention. We confirmed all that, so those are part of it. So with that goes, every new appointment has a 1-year term before they go to the 3-year terms.
Was that in our,
Yeah, that's part of it's all state mandated,
So it's
part
3
of our
years and then.
ordinance.
1
So-
year and then the?
Right, so if you recall, we did Tim Witt's, only a year ago. So he did his 1 year, now he goes for a full term. Linda Parker Craig would be there for 1 year with.
And I wanted to ask, not just the DDA while we're at it, if it's okay, I'd like to ask, are we at least trying a little bit to keep track of people showing up and not, I'm not saying if they miss a few, but I know you have some commissions and some people that they take it, but it's just not there at all.
Then we have the attendance in at least a couple of these.
Right, but I mean, are you guys kind of just, I know we
Yeah.
have attendance, but I.
All the departments that are affiliated with the commissions have an attendance log, so.
Yeah, so
keep up on
maybe you
those.
can be, that be checked every time
Well,
when it comes up.
When you're ready to reappoint,
Right.
I think
Those
what
are-
I'm saying, or to do it, you might want to.
Sure, that makes sense.
Right. And those are, again, and I remind council as well, that those are up on the website now. As he's been working to kind of get all of the commissions and the appointment term links and all the information background out there so we can get people, interested in the commissions. A lot of times, there's nobody in waiting. We get reminded that this commission is expiring and we have to get it on here, at this point in time. So we're kind of searching, seeking if there's,
It's hard to get.
to replace. So even times when you've done, some of the TIPA appointments that we've done, their schedules didn't permit, and Mr. Mangino resigned.
We have to
after a
deal
couple
with
years
it, I
in,
know,
so-
I just say it's.
Right, that's a good point, Jackie, because
Yeah, we're
I've been on commissions where, people don't come.
And that was one of the questions when I sat down and met with her, was there does she plan on being there, attending, and?
And it isn't as bad when people don't attend if you have a quorum. Or if
Right,
you
but when
start
you're
not having
looking
a
for a
quorum and you
quorum,
have 6 people come, and then the 7th doesn't show up, and
And
they're
certainly
not
not
very
practical
happy,
for the
so.
planning commission, can't.
No, I mean, whichever one, I don't know that it happens.